Class 9 Chemistry, Chapter 4. Good morning, students. So, students, today we will start with the topic of this valence electrons. And the valence electrons are nothing but the electrons present in outermost shell of an atom. So, in case of hydrogen atom, what is the number of valence electron? It will be 1. In case of sodium atom, what is the number of valence electron? It will be 11. For magnesium, it will be 12. So basically the number of electrons present in the outermost shell of an atom. And this outermost shell is also called the valence shell. So number of electrons present in the valence shell will be called the valence electrons. So if from the outermost shell, if the electrons are emitted out of the shell, for example this sodium, you can see over here the electronic configuration is 281 because it is having 11 electrons. And what is the number of valence electron here? It is 1. So if you just kick out this outermost electron, that means sodium minus electron, then it will become Na plus, and the electronic configuration then will become 2 8. Now this positive species will be called cation. So I will term it to be the cation of sodium or ion of sodium. Okay, so cation means positively charged species. And how this positively charged species is formed? When from an atom some either one electron or more than one electrons, they are just ejected out. And this is the orbital diagram. You can see over here sodium 2, then 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, means 2 2 8 and 1 in the outermost shell. Now if it loses that one single electron from this outermost shell, this electron, then the configuration will become 2 and 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, means 2 and 8. Okay, now the species which are generally losing the electron to become cation, now it is a cation. Why it is a cation? Why it has become Na plus? Because you can see how many electrons there are right now, only 10 electrons, but how many protons are there? 11. So means still this species carry 11 positive charge and 10 negative charges. Initially it was 11 negative charges, here it was 11 negative charges, but you just take out one electron, one negative charge, so here it will become only 10 negative charge. So 11 positive, 10 negative. What is the final result? Single positive charge will be there. Okay, so basically it is 11 minus 10, so it will become 1. Okay, so that's why that cation. So generally the cations are formed by the when the electron is ejected out of a atom. Okay, and such species are called reducing agent. Which species which are losing the electron, they are called reducing agents. Now why they are being called as reducing agent? So let us see first what is happening over here. The same reaction I have written in this fashion, that bringing this electron, this negative charge from this side to this side, it will become positive, E minus. Don't change this sign. Okay, so sodium is giving out this electron becoming Na plus ion. So what is this process? So this process, let me write over here, this is a process of oxidation. Why oxidation? Students, you know from your class 8, the definition of oxidation, it is like this, that oxidation is a process where an electron is lost from an atom. Okay, so this process is oxidation. Now this electron will be gained by some other element. Okay, for example, here you can see chlorine has gained that electron and becomes Cl minus, and this process is reduction. You know reduction meaning gaining of electron. So chlorine has gained this electron, so here reduction of chlorine has taken place. Now who gave this electron? So it was given by the sodium. It was given by the sodium, this electron. So here oxidation, so here reduction. Who has done this reduction? I can term this reduction was done by sodium because it gave the electron. So this reduction was done by sodium. That's why sodium will be called as a reducing agent. Okay, so that's why it is written over there that such metals or such atoms who donate electron, they are called the reducing agent. And vice versa, students, the atoms which are gaining the electrons, they will be called oxidizing agents. Why oxidizing agent? Because you know oxidation means, let us see once again here, oxidation means losing of electron. So how it lost the electron? The very electron was gained by this chlorine. Okay, so chlorine has done oxidation of sodium, sodium has done reduction of chlorine. So sodium will be called reducing agent and chlorine will be called oxidizing agent. Got this one? So the atoms which are gaining the electrons, they will be called as oxidizing agents. Atoms which are losing the electron will be called reducing agent. Okay, and one more thing is there, that atoms after gaining the electron becomes negatively charged species, and all the negatively charged species are called anions. All the positive ones are called cations, all the negative ones are called anions. Now let us see how this negative charge, why we have written this negative charge here. You see chlorine 287, okay, so 2 electrons, then in the second shell 8 electrons are there, and then in the third shell, that is outermost shell, valence shell, 7 electrons are there. Okay, now when this 1 electron has been added up over there, the electronic configuration will become 288. Got this one? 2, and then second shell 8 electrons, and then third shell 8 electrons, so 288. Now you can see over here the number of electrons here are 17 and the number of protons here are 17, but after gaining this single electron, now here the number of electrons, they have become 18 negative charge, and how many still positive charges are there? There are only 17 positive charges. Okay, so it means 17 positive, 18 negative. So one excess electron is there, and that one negative charge or excess electron will be shown by this negative sign. So now I guess you can just put the sign either negative or positive, or how many negative or how many positive should be there. Now by this calculation you can simply do. Then students, we have inert gases. So you know inert gases are the gases which do not react. Inert means which are non-reactive. So there are certain gases which are non-reactive. Let us see their examples directly over here. So these are like helium, neon, argon, krypton, likewise. So many atoms are there and they are inert. Now what is the reason of them being inert, or why they are non-reactive? You know why sodium and chlorine, they were reacting? Because sodium wanted to have 8 electrons in its outermost shell, and because chlorine also wanted to have 8 electrons in its outermost shell. So basically the atoms or the elements, they find it very stable to have the 8 in the last shell, 8 in the last shell. Okay, so in order to satisfy this, to get this order, that is 8 electrons in the last shell, they generally react. Now you can see the inert gases, why they are not reacting, because neon in its outermost shell 8 electrons it is already having, argon 8 electrons already having, krypton 8 electrons already having. Okay, 8 electrons here, 8 electrons here. So these elements they are having 8 electrons in their outermost shell, and it is a quite stable configuration. So that's why they are not reacting, means they are not losing electron or they are not gaining the electron. And students, here there is a exceptional case, helium. Since its atomic number is 2, so obviously it cannot have the 8 electrons in the outermost shell, but for helium 2 is the best configuration. Okay, so this having 8 electrons in the outermost shell to become stable, this is simply called the octet. Okay, and for helium, except helium, for helium it is generally called the duplet. here is this one, helium has 2 electrons, which is called diplet. So helium is stable if it is having 2 electrons in its outermost shell. So obviously its outer inner, the shell number 1 is outer or inner one in this case. So this Kossel and Lewis in 1960 independently put forward the octet theory of valency. Okay, so the atoms of all elements other than the inert gases combine because they have incomplete valence shells and tend to attain a stable configuration. And now I told you how to get the stable configuration, to have the 8 electrons in the outermost shell. Now students, different elements, they do combine to have this 8 electrons in their outermost shell, and while doing so they react with each other. Okay, and during the reaction they come closer to each other. One example I am writing over here. For example, sodium, so already you know this reaction, reacts with chlorine, so basically it is chlorine gas. Okay, so Cl2 I am writing, so it will become NaCl. Okay, NaCl. So this element came closer to this element, and you know the reason why. Sodium wanted to lose the electron, and that lost electron is gained by the chlorine. Okay, so they have become now, somewhere we have learned in this video that they have become Na positive and Cl negative. So you know this is negative charge and this is positive charge, so they will hold each other in this fashion. So I have not mentioned over here Na positive or Cl negative, simply NaCl, because the positive has been cancelled by the negative charge. Okay, so NaCl. So this interaction, or this line which I am drawing right now, it is called the chemical bond. So let us see. A chemical bond may be defined as the force of attraction between the two atoms that binds them together as a unit called molecule. So now it is a single molecule. I am not balancing the equation, simply I have put Na plus Cl2 NaCl. Okay, so students, this is all for today. Goodbye.